We're going live? We're going live? Let's go. Yo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on a minute. What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. Buffering. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Gotta get all my stuff on the screen, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. What's good? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. The Heaven Hollywood experience is now on the air. And we got some things we're gonna talk about. Let me make sure everything is set up on the YouTube side. All right. Make sure everything's set up on the YouTube side. It's Friday night. I thank y'all for coming in. You know what I mean? Chilling out with your boy. Mm. Oh, come on, man. So let me make sure everything's cool. Okay. Hey, what's up, Bill? What up? What up, Ashanti? Okay. All right. How y'all doing? Bobby Ruffin, what's up? My boy Marcel. Smiling, see? Hey, smiling. Hey, smiling. We're going to get into some things tonight. Of course, everybody's talking about the leaks. Everybody's been talking about it all day. Okay, so I do see it on. Let me go make sure. No, I got to make sure. Gotta check my screens, honey. Let me check my screens, honey. Shout out to Lovely T. I checked out her last line. Shout out to Neek at Night for being the first ones to leak the audio. So everybody that got the audio call, Neek at Night was the first ones to leak it. So shout out to Neek at Night. I don't know whether y'all watch. I don't really watch her like that. I don't think I've ever watched the show, but I did end up watching the leaked. So y'all are probably more familiar with Neek at Night than I am. But shout out to Neek at Night. What's up? All right, put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. If I gotta come closer to the computer, I'll come closer to the computer. What's up? I need y'all to respond though. Like y'all be responding mad slow. I've been watching other people's lives and they be like, "Oh, put a one in the chat, you can hear me." And they be like, "One, one, 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 pow, 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 pow." I'm like, "God damn, these niggas be responding quick as fuck." All right, jeez, thank you. Can a nigga just get a response? That's all we ask for over here. I got to know if y'all can hear me or not. You feel me? So we about to go here. So I'm sure everybody heard the leaks. I'm sure you've heard it from different variety of people. But let's see. So the Tory Lanez jail call. All right. Now people are still. The funny thing is, to a lot of people, I'm still seeing people saying it don't matter. He didn't admit nothing. Right. There are still people saying, so that don't prove nothing. But again, let's go over it. Let's go over it. Let's go over it. Um, so basically, the leaks, phone calls are pretty much what they heard in court. Now, it's a big difference from when you're reading, right? From when you're reading it and from when you can hear it. It's a huge difference. When people were just reading it, it sounds way different than when you can hear it, right? So let's find it. I'm gonna go with the best one. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I did see, like I said, Cleveland, what up? I did see a lot of people starting to question. A lot of people are now starting to say, you know what? I did see a lot of people say, yo, I owe Megan an apology. But for the people that are still out there, my brother, choke no joke. I love you, brother, but you dead wrong on this one. You obviously don't like Megan. I get it. You don't like Megan. You're trying to find every excuse for why Tory's innocent, but you're not trying to find any you're not trying to find any reasons of why he's guilty. Everything that you hear upon that puts him in a bad light. Y'all, you know, Tory apologists want to forget that, and they just want to bring up the parts that paint him in a good light. I want to shout out Megan Cuniff as well. I watched her segment on the Van Latham show, and again, y'all need to start. If my people don't fend for me, nobody's gonna fend for me. Was I or was I not telling y'all that Lawyers for Workers was working with Tory Lanez? Lawyers for Workers was spinning a narrative, right? And everybody, oh, he's unbiased. He's unbiased. I told you, Lawyers for Workers was spinning a narrative because he was working for the defense team. Well, what happened today on Van Latham, a show that has nothing to do with me, a show that's not even on Twitter, it's on Spotify. And they had a person on there and they brought up Lawyers for Workers. And Megan Cuniff was also on there. And she was saying herself that, yeah, I thought it was almost comical the way he was coming back and making commentary. And she said, I'm sitting there like, that's not what happened, right? That's not what happened, right? Is you rolling? You're not gonna be is you trolling, right? Because you're not gonna sit here and say no one's changing their mind about Tory when I can literally go to Twitter right now and get you people who saying I was rolling with Tory until this. There's a whole thread of people who said that. So why would you say no one's changing their mind about Tory? Why would you make that comment? So you're gonna tell me you have not been on social media and you haven't seen not one person say, you know what, I changed my mind. You know what, I owe Meg an apology. You know what, I was rolling with Tory until this. All you gotta do is listen to DJ Academics. So is you rolling? You haven't seen nobody say that. Is that what you're telling me? No one is changing their mind about Tory. So you're telling me you've been on social media all day because you was commenting this morning, and you haven't seen one person say they changed their mind. Not one. All you gotta do is look at my video. I put a few up in my video, and that was early in the morning. Oh, now you're not gonna answer. I'm answering, and so everybody except Is You Rolling, since Is You Rolling said no one's changing their mind about Tory. For everyone else that was on uh, social media, put a one in the chat if you've seen at least one person say, I was wrong, or I owe Megan an apology, or I was rolling with Tory until I heard this audio. Put a one if you've seen at least one person say that. I've seen a whole bunch of people say it. So is you rolling? I'm gonna just start calling you is you trolling. If all of these people have seen it, How are you saying nobody's changed their mind about Tory? How have you not saw it if all these people have saw it? We're all on the same social media. So how have you not seen it? Just say you haven't changed your mind about Tory. Don't say nobody has. You can't speak for other people because I've seen plenty of people that say, yo, I was rolling with him until I heard this audio. No need to troll, my brother. No need to troll. Just admit it. People have started to change their mind. I didn't say everybody. Well, y'all must be the, probably the only thing I can think of if is the Lord. See that so and ironically, you're pro Tory and the other one is pro Tory. So it's kind of making sense why y'all ain't seen it. Exactly. Okay, so and ironically, EXO, Alicia, you and Is You Rolling are both pro Tory. Both of you don't like Megan. So it doesn't surprise me why both of you are the only ones who haven't seen that. So you must be hanging out on Twitter where you must be only following people who believe who don't like Megan. No, yes, you are. Yeah, that's there's no way. There is no way. I Alicia, I know you. I've followed you. I've followed your pages and your takes. You don't like Megan Thee Stallion. You've never liked Megan Thee Stallion. So and you can't be saying you're going to multiple sources, but all the sources you go to. So hold on, all the sources you go to like Tory, but Armand said that Tory shot Megan. So and if you yeah, but they were right, they were unbiased sources. However, if you're telling me, like I said, I just asked the question, and I see you on Twitter. So how is it possible that all these people say they saw at least one person say, "I owe Megan either I owe Megan an apology," or "I was rolling with Tory until I heard this," and yo, I made a big mistake. All of the people in the chat room, so it says there's 38 people in the room, and they're all on Twitter, like you're on Twitter. So I'm not understanding, and I know I've seen it. And I put a video up. If you watch my videos, I put a video up with about 7 or 8 uh tweets that said, "Yo, I'm Omega apology. I look like an idiot. I was defending Tory Lanez. I look like an idiot." So I just don't understand how you haven't seen it, and we're on the same social media. Maybe you're just overlooking that because you don't like Megan. So maybe you're just overlooking it and don't want to see it. Yeah, it got leaked today. It got leaked today. Yeah, but you but have okay. So then maybe you just maybe no, but you've been on social media because you said that you said, "Oh, this just proves what we always thought." But you said you didn't see anybody say they changed their mind. Okay, if you haven't seen anybody say it, I don't know. All right, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. But I know for a fact you don't like Megan. So it's kind of hard to take biased people's opinion. Like I want everybody to give their opinion, but if you've been biased from the jump, you if you don't like Megan the Stallion, there's going to be nothing that anyone can put out there, or there's going to be nothing that anyone can show you or let you hear, unless you hear Tory say, "I did it," and then again, you might then say, "Rock Nation made him say that." How come he wasn't saying that before? If he says he's guilty, I guarantee you he's only saying that to get less time. Rock Nation's probably forcing him to say that. So it's really not going to be anything that you hear that's going to change your mind. Right? Can everybody please, thank you, Paula. Everybody please at least hit the like button. I don't even put my cash app out because y'all don't be supporting. So I don't even bother putting on my cash app. So at least hit the like button. How about But that's not the point. See, the point is not what they whether they let Kelsey act the fool or not. Because remember, when Kelsey first came in, everybody was cheering Kelsey. All the pro Tory people was like, "Yeah, Kelsey." I remember Choke No Joke did a video, and that's my man. Choke No Joke did a video. Said, "Oh, Kelsey's my girl. That's the rider. Kelsey's a rider." Because she came up there and said she didn't see Tory she didn't see Tory shoot Meg. She didn't see Tory with a gun. When she first came on and said that, and when she changed her testimony, everybody that was pro Tory had no problem with Kelsey changing her testimony. They had no problem with Kelsey changing her testimony. Then, oh, she said she lied. But then as soon as they allowed the interview, then everybody had a problem with Kelsey. And when she got on the stand and was like, "No, did Megan shoot herself? No," which was probably the original play. That's probably what she was supposed to say to try to get Tory out of it and her get immunity. But I believe, like I said, I believe Kelsey played Tory. I believe with 1501 with her husband from 1501, I believe he said, "Take the money and still don't admit you did it. Get your immunity, take whatever money he given, because they trying to blame it on you, but you don't incriminate yourself. And just don't say you seen him with the gun. That's all you are supposed to say. You took the money, that's all you're supposed to do. But don't say you didn't see it. Don't say that Megan shot herself neither. So that way you ain't lying on set. She's lying anyway when they show nothing. But everybody was okay with Kelsey changing her testimony as long as it fit their narrative of Tory being innocent. But the moment it no longer worked, now everybody, oh, Kelsey's a liar, Vega's a liar, but. Listen, let's listen to the call. Me go on here. It's really very funny. Like the way these people are trying to cape for Tory. He's already been convicted. He's been convicted, and people are trying to find all these ways, all these reasons of why he didn't do anything. Oh, he's called the phone call. I don't see how anyone can, and this is my own personal opinion. I don't see how anyone can listen to this phone call and honestly say he sounds like he's calling because he's apologizing for sleeping with both friends. Why would he? Why would he call? Why would he apologize to Megan? She already knew that he was sleeping with Kelsey. So why did he apologize to Meg? Actually, hmm? Why did he apologize to Megan? She knew he was sleeping with Kelsey. All right, let me get this. We gonna play it. We gonna listen to it. Hold on. All right, now pen.
Tory?
An inmate at LAPD jail. This call subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call, thank you for using Telmate.
Put a one in the chat
Hello?
if you can hear the call.
Hey.
Y'all got out, say some anything.
Huh?
Y'all got out, you know, anything y'all good?
Maybe still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About what?
You said what?
You're listening.
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like
The first thing, let me talk about this. Um, Kelsey is trying not to give him the information. She's like, that's the reason why he had to end up asking her 2 times. She's like, I don't know. So you don't know where the fuck you at? What hospital y'all at? I don't know. Cedars. It clearly says I've been to Cedars. It clearly says Cedars Sinai Hospital. She's like Cedars. She was trying not to give him the information.
No problem.
that.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but
So she's probably never ever going to talk to me again. So she's never ever going to talk to Tory again because he told Kelsey that he was sleeping with both of them. Come on, y'all. Already in the phone call, she's probably never ever going to talk to me again. Why? She knew you were sleeping with. Never ever talk to him again because he told Kelsey that y'all was sleeping together. Because he was flirting with Kylie, she'll probably never talk to me again because I was flirting with Kylie. Do y'all really believe that? Listen, just say that to yourself. Say that to yourself. So never talk to me again. Why? If Kelsey shot her, she would never, ever, ever talk to Kelsey again, I would think. That's what I would think. She would never, ever, ever talk to Kelsey again. Can y'all hear me? How was up again? That all that stuff you're talking is strictly hate for Meg. You could tell. She can tell her best friend was an op. How was Megan an op and she got shot? What you you're talking about the sleeping with the boyfriends again, right? Back to that. See, that's the only thing, y'all. That's how you can tell. You're not concentrating on getting shot. You keep going back to, oh, she keeps sleeping with boyfriends. That's what y'all keep going back to sleeping with the boyfriends. When she clearly said, as I told people, Kelsey clearly said out of her mouth, she only mentioned one guy that Megan slept with, that she slept with. She said she mentioned one guy. She didn't mention those guys. She said Ben said he didn't. So that was a lie. On top of that, if you listen to the interview, Kelsey, and what did I tell y'all? I've been telling y'all 2.5. Kelsey had a full time in Houston. And she said it during the interview. Kelsey had a full-time boyfriend. Tory Lanez was not Kelsey's boyfriend. Not. So if she had did it before, then she knew she was an op. If she said she did it before, if she said Megan did it before and she was still friends with her, then that takes away all. She obviously knew if she said Megan did that to her before and she was still friends with Megan, obviously didn't bother. Right. The September interview, the interview that the jury believed. Right. The interview that the jury believed. The jury did not believe that BS that she came in with. And that's what I said from the beginning. I said this will come down to, does the jury believe September Kelsey or December Kelsey? They're not going to believe the Kelsey that came in and talked about, oh, I'm pleading the fifth. Oh, I don't remember this. I got postpartum this. You didn't have postpartum in September. And she was not pressured. She was there with her husband. There was no pressure. The prosecution was just asking her, well, okay, what happened next? What happened next? They wasn't pressuring her at all. And she had a husband that she was pretty much spewing out the information on her own. And that's why the jury believed that she was compromised. Because how do you not remember stuff, but you just remember?
I just want you to know, bruh. Drunk nigga,
I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. But yet and still, he's calling to apologize for flirting with Kylie Jenner. because that's what he did that night. He didn't sleep with Megan and Kelsey that night. He didn't sleep with any of them that night. So why is he apologizing about that night? And y'all want me to, well, not y'all, and people want us to believe that he's calling about, oh, he was flirting with Kylie and started a fight.
I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. You can drunk nigga. I what the fuck was going on.
I didn't understand what was going on. You didn't understand what was going on. So he's calling to apologize about telling Megan or telling Kelsey that him and Megan were sleeping together. But he's saying, I don't even know what the fuck was going on. What would make you not know what's going on? A bunch of commotion, right? Not making sense.
Bro, like, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. Never you.
My actions. That's not going to make anything right. It's not going to make my actions right. And then for someone who said she didn't know her best friend was an op, who's the one giving out information to the nigga who shot her? You talk about Megan's an op. Who's sitting there giving out information, accepting a phone call from the dude that shot her? Kelsey. She's the one talking to Tory. She's the one that met with Tory after the shooting. That's why Megan cut her ass off. Because she was meeting with Tory Lanez afterwards. She was talking with Tory that night. That's why Megan cut her ass off. If she just would have went back to Houston, like Megan said, and let it blow over, they would still be friends today.
Move like that, bro. Like, never move like that at all, bro. For real.
I know there's a lot that happens, but
It was a lot that happened. That just sound like a argument about them sleeping together, and then him flirting with Kylie, and them getting kicked out of Kylie's house. That's a lot that happened. She said she was supposed to pay her rent for a year, but when Kelsey she cut her off. Why she was offering to pay the rent if she did continue to pay it, the only reason that she paid that rent is because she asked Kelsey to move. Kelsey moved from Houston to LA to be with Megan. But when this situation happened, Rock Nation has to protect their artists. So they called Kelsey and told her to lay low. Megan was going to be down for a year. Megan was going to obviously roll with the glass. where we obviously know now she was never cut by glass. She was going to roll with the glass so it can just blow over. But Tory Lanez would not let it blow over. And all that is online. You can go back and see that for yourself.
A whole lot, bro. Like a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, like what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like
You're listening to Street TV.
I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got to the house, sure he like all top niggas had gave me like 5 shots like off the door, like you feel me? So I was out of there, like wasn't even there with niggas, like you feel me? 10 shots past that time, I wasn't even there with niggas. I don't even remember what we was, arguing about.
So obviously ain't calling to apologize for arguing about them sleeping together, because he said he don't even remember what they were arguing about. He said he don't even remember what they were arguing about. So he can't be calling to apologize for telling her that they were sleeping together. Kelsey passed out and then she woke up. She woke up when she said in her interview, I passed out, but then when I came to consciousness, Tory was there. And it was just me, Tory, and AJ. Burn day lighter. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like
Yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there. So I don't know how much.
it's like hospital season.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright.
So we talk about ops. This girl is sitting here giving Tory Megan's house. Now, not Megan. Does Kelsey sound like somebody worried? If Kelsey shot Megan, Kelsey ain't say nothing like, oh, make sure you don't say nothing, or oh, just keep quiet, or Megan. She's sitting there at the hospital trying to see Megan. She doesn't know whether Megan told them that she shot them or not. The police could be after her. Do she sound like somebody concerned on the phone? What's up, Jimmy? Does she sound like somebody concerned? Exactly. If you does my point is, does Kelsey, if you're listening to Kelsey and she's on the phone, does she sound like anybody? If Tory is calling and she knows she shot Megan, she would be telling Tory, hey, be careful what you say. You know, I'm sorry. I apologize. Kelsey never said, I'm sorry too, or I should be the one to apologize. You never heard us say any of that. Kelsey not acting like someone who shot Megan. And she said from day one, before it even got out, before Megan even mentioned getting shot. Before Megan even mentioned getting shot, she said, I didn't shoot Megan. I wasn't the one with the gun. She then said the same thing in her diss record. You know I didn't hurt you. She also said, if I'd have been the one with the gun, you'd have heard about a murder. Tory Lanez, before Megan blamed him, people said, well, maybe Kelsey shot her. And what did Tory Lanez say? That's not true. So Tory Lanez said back in July 2020 that Kelsey shot Megan. Remember, the first play he was going with was Megan didn't get shot. That's the reason why he was coming to the, Kelsey didn't shoot Megan. He was saying, defending her, telling the truth. He didn't shoot Megan because they were going to roll with the Megan never got shot play. But then the police reports and everything came out. And he couldn't go with that play anymore. So now, if you no longer can go with the how you get shot and ain't hit no bones and tendons, remember that? That was the play he was going with. That is what turned everybody against Megan. He gaslit all the fans and all the anti-Megan fans by that line. How you get shot in the foot and ain't hit no bones and tendons. So he was basically assuming or trying to insinuate that she's lying about getting shot. Exactly. And notice how this whole thing at court, right? If Kelsey was the one who shot Megan, and once they convicted Tory, you're gonna tell me that father, tell me the father ain't gonna say, Kelsey, you witch, you know you shot Megan, and you're letting my boy take the fall. You're gonna tell me his father wouldn't say that? If they truly believe that Kelsey shot Megan, and when it came down and it said guilty, instead of talking about Rock Nation, wouldn't he be blaming Kelsey for lying and saying she didn't shoot him when she knows she shot Megan? DNA was inconclusive. Y'all know that. DNA inconclusive. When I talk about the testimony, did not hold up with what she said 2 months prior. Right? So it's the same thing with Sean Kelly. It's the same thing with Sean Kelly. Her testimony, the jury believes she was compromised because that testimony in September, there was, remember, she just lied and said there was pressure. That's the reason why the gates got opened to listen to the testimony. She said she was pressured by the prosecutor. That's why she was telling lies. Okay. So then they asked her, did Tory pay for your lawyer's fee? Did Tory offer to pay for your lawyer? Yes. Did Tory pay for your lawyer? I don't know. Can I plead the fifth? DNA inconclusive. What inconclusive means is it may have been on there, it may have not have been on there. They couldn't tell. DNA on the magazine is DNA was not on the magazine, but that means nothing. That just means he didn't load the gun. And like I said before, that if I didn't have my guns loaded by a gunsman, I would say, oh shit, how's it his if DNA on that? I can't see it either. And if I shoot off that gun tomorrow, my DNA is not going to be on it either because I didn't load it. And you don't got to touch the magazine to shoot the gun. So anybody could have loaded that gun. Quan could have loaded it. So inconclusive does not mean it's not there. Inconclusive means exactly what it means. There was several DNAs on the gun, and they can't tell whether his DNA was on the gun or not. That's the reason why eyewitnesses became such a big play. Everybody was changing their story on the stand. Tory's driver wouldn't come, and he was in the car. Tory's driver did not take the stand. There was no fingerprints on the gun residue. Both of them had gun residue on them. So if one shot it in a facility, that's probably why gun residue was on both. If he shot the gun and she was in the facility, gun smoke goes up like a cloud of dust. And anybody in the facility could get it on them. It just does not match. The way she's acting on this phone call, remember, this is directly after. If she was setting Tory up, she would have had to go. Does Kelsey sound like somebody who's capable of setting someone up? This dumb broad can't even pronounce cedar cyanide. Cedars, she need hooked on phonics to read what the hospital says. Does that sound like somebody that's capable of setting somebody up 2 years ago? Stop it. Stop it. Ain't no damn way that girl, you hear that girl? Ain't no way that girl, as soon as it happened, said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set Tory up. I'm gonna blame it on Tory. When Megan didn't even say who shot her. She didn't even say she got shot at first. No, they ain't. Not anybody. Not anybody. Not anybody. Not that early. Not that early, because she wouldn't have felt as though she needed to self-preservate that early, because Megan didn't even say anything. Megan wasn't even going to say anything. There'd be no reason to. And she made up that story way back then, because remember, she also texted her friend Janie or Janie or whatever, picked her up. Kelsey up from jail or from the hospital, wherever she was. Janie picked her up. And way back in August, Janie told that same story that Kelsey told in September. So Janie was in on it too. Remember, go back to the tweets. Janie said, "How you gonna sit up there and act like you didn't come to my house and say Tory shot Meg, and how you was lying because you didn't want to how you lying about you being hurt because Tory was yours." She said the same exact story that Kelsey came and told her. So you mean to tell me way back in August, Kelsey made up the story about the assault, made up the story about Tory shooting Meg way back, but was still trying to see Megan and be around Megan. And if that was the case, why did Tory say Kelsey didn't shoot her? That didn't happen. Why would Tory say way back then that Kelsey didn't shoot Megan? Megan didn't get shot. So there is nothing in this phone call. If you're gonna listen to the phone call objectively, there is nothing in this phone call that says Tory Lanez was apologizing for sleeping with Bolt's friends. Exactly, Marcel. Exactly. It doesn't make sense because she didn't set him up. You're absolutely right. It doesn't make sense. She she just simply said, "I didn't shoot Megan. I wasn't the one with the gun." She didn't tell the public Tory shot Megan, but she told Megan's security guard, she told Megan's other friend. So sometimes you just have to use common sense. You got to listen to the context of the phone call. This dude never mentioned Kylie Jenner, never mentioned, oh man, that's not incriminating himself. He would have simply said, "I would have never been up on Kylie like that. I would have never, told you that. I wouldn't have let you." He already told that in the car. He would not have been saying, "Oh, I would have never," you know. He would have been saying, he would have been mentioning that specifically. He was trying to dance around saying what he was sorry for because he knows that the jail calls were recorded. So that's why I'm trying to say. And Kelsey, being the bird that she is, and I told everybody when everybody said, "How come you don't like Kelsey?" Way back when her and Megan was still good, I said, "Because she's a bird." I told y'all she was a bird. Mine is you were there, fucking on Tory when you were in a full blown relationship, full blown. But everybody, Megan was single. Everybody want to concentrate on Megan and talk about Megan's sex life. Kelsey was in a full relationship with someone else. Stop it. Megan was single. Megan was single. there's no need to listen to any more of this. He's basically keeps saying the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry, bruh. Oh, I never did no shit like that if I wasn't drunk. Oh, sorry, bruh. Sorry, bruh. Testing and testing. I'm saying go up, up, up. Right. And like I said, can y'all hear me? You can hear me, Marcel? Am I going in and out? Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? My mic, I hear my mic. Thank you. All right. Am I going in and out now? So here, the funny thing is this. All right. Audio. This is exactly what they played in court. We already know who they are. When the pro Tory Lanez reporters was reporting reports about Tory was positive. Oh, how he's winning. The prosecution. When they played this audio, the Tory Lane blogs tried to act like this audio meant nothing. Oh, it means nothing. He wasn't, he didn't even say anything incriminating. Oh, when they played the testimony on how all said was girls shoot. Never said that. He said he never saw Kelsey with a gun ever. He saw what he thought was a muzzle flash, and it seemed to be coming near the girl. Looked like it was going into the car. Well, we know that wasn't possible. We know she wasn't shooting into the car. There was no shell cases found in the car. There was no busted glass. There was no bullets found in the car. All five casings was found out. But then he said, "Oh, but I saw the and then the defense attorney said, so you didn't see my client with a gun, right?" He said, "No, no, no, I saw him with a gun, and he was firing everywhere. He was firing everywhere, and he was firing at the victim. He was firing in the air or in a direction. He said in her directions. You'll be able to see all blog reporting that. But Meg reported that. James Reedley reported that. But somehow the Tory Lanez bloggers, they didn't report. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said that, and you know who tonight on Van Latham's show for everybody that thinks somebody thinks on Van Latham's show today. Maybe I'm gonna see if I can find it. Nancy Cuniff pretty much echoed my words. She pretty much confirmed what I said. She said, "Yeah, he was in there sitting right up with Tory's family, sitting next to Tory every single day. Came in there, was sitting next to Tory's father, and was talking to the defense." She said, and the defense was using like him to get the word out to social media to try to sway the of public opinion. That's working with his team. If Lawyers for Workers is responsible for getting the word out to try to sway the public opinion, is that not working with Tory's defense team? All right, hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. All right, hold on. My mic is sitting here, and when I'm doing my testing, I don't understand why it's coming in and out. I'm like right at the mic. All right, so am I cutting in and out now? I'm gonna when I talk, I move around, so that's probably what's happening. Hold on a minute. So many people called out Lawyers for Workers. So many people called out Lawyers for Workers. There were lawyers calling Lawyers for Workers out. Megan Cuniff was on with Van Latham tonight, and she specifically the other lady that was Van Lathan's co-host. She's the one with his name, and Megan was like, "Yeah, I don't really like to call names, 'cause I don't want to, names on people, and blame them or judge them, whatever." She said, "But yeah, his commentary was pretty comical." That was her exact words. His commentary was pretty comical because you can obviously see he was for Tory's team. And all you had to do was look at Lawyer for Workers. Was for the defense. He act like the prosecution had no chance. They proved nothing. They're grasping for straws. Oh, they're trying to coax the witness Tory shooting. No, that's not what happened. That's not what Megan said happened. That's not what Nancy Dillon said happened. They said he was firing everywhere, and they said, "Oh, he took the gun out from her, right?" And he said, "No, it's not like he was like, okay, excuse me, it's my turn now. Can I please have the gun?" He said, "No, he was shooting." And this is what they were not reporting because it sounds too much like it's for it's against Tory. And his job was to put everything. That's the why do you think they came up with that not guilty verdict out of nowhere? Oh, he's not guilty. They leaked a fake not guilty. Why do you think they did that? To sway the court of public opinion. Lawyers for Workers was working with, and if you notice, him, um, Mob, and DJ Academics would go live or with each other at the end of the night. You know, they were all Team Tory. And the the analogy that I used was, and this also goes for pro make blogs. The YouTubers and the blogs really embarrassed independent report, with the exception of Armand. Armand was pretty neutral. I do give him that. With the exception of Armand. The other YouTubers and were biased one way or the other. And the analogy that I used for that was this. Why is it that I went to right? Yep, I heard the audio too. And if you listen to Lawyers for Workers blogs, they said it was 3 shots, a long pause, because that's when Tory took the gun from Kelsey, and then the other 2 shots Tory fired. No, it was not a long pause. Anybody that hears that audio will know that there's any time for the gun to change hands. It was pow, 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 pow. That was the pause, half a second. Pow, 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 pow. That's not enough time for a gun to change hands. All right, that's not struggling for a gun. They already had the gun expert up there that said you cannot set this gun off by fighting with someone for it. So whoever shot those 5 shots, it was one person. Tory did not take the gun from her and then fire in the air to stop the fighting. That is not what happened. Those gunshots was too consistent for anybody for that gun to change hands. So whoever shot them 5 shots, you're pretty much saying Kelsey shot 5 shots and Tory didn't shoot anything. And if that's the case, why would Tory be apologizing to anybody? What needs to come out is whose gun it was. That's what needs to come out. Because Kelsey said in her interview that it was his car. So unless they bought a gun into his car, she said he motioned for the center council. She said, I don't know where he pulled the gun from. I'm going to say it with the council because earlier in that day, he said, I'll shoot you. And then he motioned. So I'm going to assume that's where the gun was. And if Megan or someone had a gun, they're from the United States. I'm sure she'd make sure she had a registered gun because guns are legal in Texas. So if Megan had a gun, or Kelsey, they're both from Texas. I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be walking around with an unregistered gun. However, Tory Lanez is from Canada. He cannot get a registered gun legally in the United States. So that would make sense that if he had a gun, it would be unregistered. Right, but Michael, this is the thing. It's never been proven that that was the real security guard. And you want to know why his story doesn't match? Because according to that security guard, this took place in Kylie Jenner's driveway. And that is definitely not true. The way he, if you go back to that audio, he was like, we outside, Tori's still in the pool with Kylie. Then Tori comes outside. They're tough. The way he made it sound like he said anything about them leaving, about them driving. He never mentioned her getting out the car. This and that. The way he was talking, like it was taking place in Kylie's driveway, which is totally not true. Canyon Way or Canyon Cross or wherever it was is like 25 minutes from Kylie's house. So it did not take place in Kylie's. So that's why I don't really take that guy serious, and I don't really know if that is the real security guard or whether that was somebody looking for clout. Right. But you see, Michael, this is the thing. That's cap. The gun exited and cannot go off from tussling. That gun cannot go off from tussling. You need 8 pounds of pressure put on that gun. And I could see if it went off one time, 5 times. Nah, the gun went off 5 times. If the gun went off one time, yeah, I might say, okay, that happened. Because originally that's what I thought happened. But then they said the gun went off 5 times. And he said, and that's the type of gun you got to pull it back 5 times. He said that is a semi automatic. He said, so there is no mistakes. He said the person who shot that gun shot it on purpose. I mean, you just got to really use common sense at this point. And the other thing I want to talk about is everybody is up in arms and mad at Keith Murray because Keith Murray said in the 90s when Foxy Brown was dating Corrupt, Foxy Brown gave him head while she was dating Corrupt. And everybody is coming down. Mm, everybody's coming down on Keith Murray. But the funny thing is, you see Jaguar is out here telling her stories. Nobody seems to have a problem with Jaguar. Right? No one seems to have a problem with Jaguar. Still hear me? put a chat if I am clear. While I find this audio, it's too funny. So Keith Murray, if people don't know, is a 90s rapper. His big hit was "The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get in ya. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get in ya." That was his biggest hit. That's his most known hit. So here go Keith Murray. Keith Murray was on Art of Dialogue, right? Okay, Keith Murray was in the Art of Dialogue, and he basically told about Foxy Brown. So I'm gonna let y'all. Oh man, I'm gonna let y'all hear this. What Keith Murray said about Foxy Brown. For everybody who don't know who Foxy Brown is,
It's hard to explain what
she was Lil Kim's rival. She's Lil Kim.
So Foxy Brown and Redman was at the House of Blues that night when you and
Put
Tupac
a
almost
one
got
if you
into
can
it.
hear the
And I
interview.
noticed, yo, you name dropped Foxy Brown a few times in this interview. I had no idea y'all was that cool, yo.
So Foxy Brown, we became close with each other, like passing each, and we became
Can
intimate.
y'all?
So in LA, at the
Damn,
our
Marcel,
death
the only
squad,
one in the chat.
we rocked the house. This is done. After the show, this is around the time when she was going with Corrupt. I don't know if they was married or not. So after the show, because I've seen her in Brooklyn too, and sometimes, and I was dealing with her. I was trying to, date her, be a boyfriend, girlfriend. And then Wendy Williams on the radio was like
Shout
celebrity
out to Wendy.
sightings. They seen us coming out of a hotel. And then Eric Sermon was like, yo, she got you, Keith. Wendy got you. They talk about you and Foxy. I was like, all right, boss, I don't care. It's cool. I want to be spotted. But after the show, rock hardcore, went into the hotel, and she gave me hardcore head. Hardcore head. But I never hooked her. And then she was with Corrupt at that time. So we was coming out of the hotel after she gave me head, sat me in the chair, gave me head. So it was coming out of the hotel, the Le Trion, and we was coming, the Corrupt was coming, and he was coming. He was coming. And I said she was coming out the hotel, the elevator, and we was walking. And I said, oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to pan the East Coast West. And I said, yo, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to pin two rappers against each other. So I spent off and went the other way. And she went right to him. And that was around the time when she was with him. You know what I'm saying? And God bless the dead. I ain't gonna say nothing, but at the Apollo, DMX, but with me, yo, your head. Then I was going to Brooklyn and then angry. She's like, not in my brother's room, Keith. No, not here. Head, bang, bang, bang. in the hotel. Then they got married. I was like, oh, dude, that's when I knew females are no go. Yo, she's a main artist, whopping me off. Married to this dude, but I don't know if they was married at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was around that era, and then they was beefing with the other girl, the Nivea, I think Corrupt was with at that time. That time. Word. Can you imagine your wife, a rapper, whopping on and she was Susie? It could have been guns popping that night in there, in that lobby. Because I used to do the raises with the mouth. I had the raises all the time. So they would have had me in somewhere in LA locked up over some kitty cat with her. You know what I'm saying? Foul wow moment. Word is bond. I kid you not. I kid you not. Whip galore. And he was loving her.
I mean, the way you talking about it, man, I had no idea you and her had this kind of relationship. But I mean, the way you talking about it, she got a head game, man. Her head game must be elite.
Cause suck a nickel to a straw.
So, oh, Foxy Brown. So, Foxy Brown has yet to respond, but I'm sure Inga is going to respond. Oh, shit. Suck a nickel through a straw. Whip wop. And for all you youngins, whip wop don't mean wop like nigga stop, not wet ass pussy. We used to say whip wop in New York. We said you get that whip wop. That was head. That was just wet head. Like he said, you whip wop galore. That's the 90s for you. Well, I can't wait until Foxy responds. Foxy may come out like, Chicka what? Chicka what? Chicka what? Oh man, let me stop talking about Foxy's hearing. That's not funny. But everybody seems to be mad at Keith Murray, right? But Jaguar is going around spilling tea, spilling what she calls tea, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Jaguar, yeah, this and the third." No, but I'm telling you, Nicole, if you go to Jaguar's videos and go in the comments, I see a lot of people say, I believe her too. Especially about Puffy. People hate Puffy. They want to believe that even though they have no proof and half of them wasn't even around back then, they want to believe Puffy's gay. They want to believe that Puffy has, it killed Kim Porter and killed Biggie. They want to believe these things and they don't have no proof. So whenever somebody's talking about Puffy, they're going to believe them because they want to believe them. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. And half the people weren't even born when Puffy was 26, 27. Most of these people weren't even born. Keith just came out of nowhere. It's funny, but you see, this is what Drink Champs has brought back, and this is what Fat Joe's show has brought back. People are now, the older heads are now, they have platforms, and Mav Hoffa's show. They have platforms now to come back and tell their stories, because those, if they don't tell them on YouTube, it's going to be a lot of nobody would ever knew that. You feel me? We never knew that, and it's old because it was before, it was before social media. Ain't go- Foxy Brown probably like this motherfucker. You could have went to the grave with that hop. You could have went to the grave with that hop. I want to see what Foxy say. Foxy, you gonna come back and say those are lies? He lying. They always, Irv Gotti came out and spilled all the tea on Ashanti. Everybody was mad. Everybody gets mad at the men, but for the women, they laugh. Oh yeah, it's tea. It's tea. Jaguar's talking about a bunch of men, and everyone's saying it's tea. Corinne Steffens made a whole book talking about people. Nobody seemed to care. Nobody seemed to blame Corinne. But when the men do it, they get mad at the men. Oh, what you telling on your dick for? But they can tell on their cat though. What's up? Oh no, Joe Button ain't said nothing about Megan since then. I noticed any other time, if Tory was innocent, they would have been had a show. They would have been had a show talking about I told you that. Ben had a show already. But now, what's up, Dyra? But now, all of a sudden, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it now. Here's Joe. Joe said, I hate that girl. That's what Joe said, right? Joe said, I hate that girl, he said. I like that girl. Remember that? Remember he said that? I wonder started.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to another fantastic edition of the Pull Up. I'm your host Joe Budden here with none other than the amazing Meg the Stallion. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm well. I'm glad you could join us today.
I'm glad that you have me here.
This is it's been you have been a lot of firsts for me.
Okay.
You are my first new act interview
Okay.
because I typically hate the new acts.
Well, let's set the record that he loved me, obviously.
I do not hate you. And that's kind of
I do not hate you, but now he hates her. Yep. Oh yeah, Tory was gonna walk out of there like George Jefferson, had his pink suit on, like the Pink Panther. All right, y'all. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Um, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Nicole, even though you came through late, thank you. Dante, thank you for coming through. Burning Day, Philly Dyra. Um, let's see who else is in here. I know I saw Ashanti earlier. Alicia, did Alicia leave? XO Alicia, thank you for your commentary. Even though we disagreed, that's cool. Geek Girl, thank you. Burning Daylighter, thank you for all your commentary. I appreciate it. Um, and XO Alicia, I fuck with you. Like I watch your channel. I mean, just because we have a difference of opinion, I still fuck with you. Um, D Let's Create and Marcel, of course. Everybody, Michael Rosa, Alicia 99. I don't want to forget anybody. If I did forget you, I love you anyway. Uh, BDHU was stepped in. Paula stepped in. Um, thank you guys. Emma Nolan. I didn't see Emma Nolan come in. Emma Nolan. I asked Emma Nolan to hit me on my Instagram because I followed your YouTube page, but I can't send you a message. So you got to hit me on my Instagram, Clark, Heaven Hollywood _ Clark, because I didn't see you on Instagram at all. Let's see. Yeah. Alicia, keep up with your YouTube channel. Like I said, man, just keep pressing on. There's a couple of things too that you do on your YouTube that I like. I'm gonna have to ask you how you do it because I'm still learning, yo. I'm like, I can make content, I can create content, but as far as I gotta make my page and videos look better. Like to me, like Black T Blog probably got like the best looking shit. Like her shit looks amazing. Like I don't like her content, but when it come down to the way these blogs look, like if it's her impressive and her shit looks the best. Like I ain't gonna be honest. Oh, definitely. Rest in peace to Barbara Walters as well. Um, but Black T Blog shit looks fucking amazing. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I try to come on late, so that give everybody a chance to check out the other shows, so then I can come on and be the main event. um, yeah, Emma Nolan, she said one thing and then stepped out. Geek Girl was in the building too. What happened to Emma Nolan? She like said one thing, and that was it. Uh, oh, there she was. All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be making videos. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about her looks. I'm not talking about her looks. I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about her page. I'm talking about her page. Out of all the voiceover people, like my page, impressive, uh, Black T Blog to me, has the best looking page. Oh yeah, I seen that about the model. Like I don't know what Ebony's problem is. Everybody knows what she looks like. I don't even know why she just don't just roll with that. Um, but anyway, I appreciate you guys for coming through. Love you guys. Y'all have a good night, good morning. I'll catch you on the next one.